It's probably the best arc in this saga. Yeah.
I think so.
Arlong Park has a lot of iconic panels when Luffy puts
it does
the
have
hat
the most
on Nami.
That is the most iconic moment in the saga where I'm like,
yeah.
And he's like, let's go, and then like Usopp, Zoro, and like Sanji, I can imagine the poses they made. Like, oh man,
dude.
but it was such a cool moment. It showed Nami's backstory. Yeah. Well, then we went ahead already. Let's go to the beginning. Zoro gets there first and gets captured. And the moment that I really like is that Nami has were showed that she betrayed Luffy and Zoro, stole the ship and the treasure to offer up to Arlong, who was known as a fishman pirate. They're all fishmen, kind of like the ones from Dead Man's Chest from Pirates of the Caribbean. But they're apparently way more stronger, which I found really cool.
They're stronger than the normal humans. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think any of them have devil fruits, right? But they're just that strong. So like that's what made
They don't need them.
Yeah.
And they're basically harassing this village that was
several
Nami's.
villages. Like, we show that Nami clearly betrayed her, and we see like, oh, this is really who she is. She's a backstabber. She doesn't have morals. She only cares about herself. Yeah. But before we get to know why she does this, we get a glimpse of who she really is when they're deciding how they're going to kill Zoro. Nami ends up doing it, but we show that she stabbed her own hand. You know, they think that he killed her, but like, I love that moment. She keeps it bandaged so they don't know why exactly. But I really like that moment. I'm like, she's not exactly a terrible person after all.
Sanji and Zoro like fight so much this arc, like because Zoro's like, let's just leave her, and Sanji's like, no,
are you kidding me?
Like, she's the only woman that we have.
Yeah, we get to see sister, not by blood, but Nojiko. Nojiko is the half sister name, and then Belmare is the mom. But the mom, she finds these two kids, and she ends up adopting. But oh man, this backstory was like probably the most heartbreaking. Genzo is another character that I really like because he's kind of represents like the leader of the town. It shows the backstory where Arlong shows up. They basically collect debts. Every person household is like, oh, you have this amount of people in the house, you got to pay this much. And Nami gets mad and runs away. Arlong and the pirates show up at the house. Belmare's plan was originally to have them sent away, so all Belmare has to pay is only the amount for one person. But like, the kids thought like, oh, you're like disowning us because you don't really care or whatever. But Genzo's like explaining, no, she's doing that because she wants to protect you and whatever, because she has like no money basically. And then they come back rushing, and then they eventually find out that there's two kids, and then she ends up revealing that she like, oh, I'm gonna pay for two people, but it's not gonna be for
if it's
not for me,
but not
it's
for me.
It's for them, and then she ends up dying, which is a really
So going on to that point, what do you think about Arlong
in terms of stakes and how powerful he is and how ruthless, and you want to see him lose, and I really feel that with him because of the backstory you get with him. And I really hate him. So I feel like in terms of that, as a villain, I really do like, because he really sets him up as a really awful guy. And he ends up tricking like Nami in the end. He's like, I promised that if you got this amount of money, I would set you free. And that's all I promised. There's nothing saying that I wasn't going to tamper with it.
Yeah,
and it was so good. He's such a... God, you hate him. And I really like that.
Just a couple of moments when Zoro was left alone, when Arlong goes off and he's left alone and he takes down all of the people and he sits on the throne and he's like, this is fascinating. And then like he tricks the octopus guy.
Yeah, hey, can I get a ride back to town? And like, yeah, sure. And then he shows up later like, wait a minute, I give you a ride. He's like, oh yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, a lot of good things happen.
And this is where you can draw back Nami's because Nami, even though she thinks Luffy is stupid and an idiot, she has a undying appreciation and admiration for Luffy that a lot of people mistake for love. I don't feel that. I don't think so either. But I think this is where it happens.
Yeah, because all this setup that I like Nami and how she had like as I said before, she was never went along with like Luffy 100%, and how you can tell like she was like only in it for herself, and she's very selfish, only cares about money. It sets her up as this person, and then it shows her backstory and why she's been saving up money to buy off the town, and how she's been going through all this, and even then when she ends up being betrayed by Arlong, it's okay. Like the town is like, what? And then the Marines show up and they take her money, but you can't pay them off. It's like, no, like you think she's gonna cry, and she's like, it's okay. But like when Luffy like confronts her and she just starts crying, and it built up to that moment. He's like, and for a person who never asked for anything or everyone, is all in it for herself. She doesn't want help from anyone. She looks at Luffy, says, help. And like that, it just built up like showing what her character is, and showing that she's asking for help is such a huge moment. And then Luffy, it showed like the reason, like, this is my treasure, don't touch it. Like, I don't want anyone touching it. Like it's very special to him, and he puts it on her, and I'm like, oh, it's just such good storytelling and such good character development, even like in a very simple story of what we gotten so far, quote unquote. And that's my favorite moment. Is probably like everyone else's, because but I love all the setup that it led toward that.
The fight with Arlong was pretty good too.
I love how they kept Luffy from drowning by keeping his head up exactly. above the water, stretched up.
Arlong was like, if you punch me, you'll destroy Nami's life work, basically. Or like because they didn't want to destroy the room because it had all of her maps. But I think Luffy was Luffy was like, screw that. He was like, she can just do it again.
Yeah, this is only for you, not for her.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Like
she's not your slave or whatever.
Exactly. And I think this really hits home because anytime anybody gives a tragic backstory, Luffy is always like asleep or off somewhere and didn't hear it.
He didn't hear the story. He
exactly.
just like he just does this because he cares about
he doesn't hear the backstories, but it doesn't matter because Luffy is all action, no words, and he is just a good guy through and through.
He's a gut instinct guy,
help people, and he doesn't outright say that until last week.
Really?
Yeah.
Like recently, like
yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty great.
I gotta wait that long for that.
You got a while. The arc ends with Belmare's grave and the pinwheel, which is very nice.
Yeah, the pinwheel is nice because it made Nami laugh, and she doesn't need it anymore. Like I don't need it, or I don't need it anymore. Good? Yeah, it's a good moment.
This arc is really good.
I love
really like this arc.
Yeah, I love this.